Hello, my name is Joseph Odor, Global Portfolio Marketing Manager at Kodak Alaris. Today, I will demonstrate how to download, install, and configure Kodak SmartTouch software, which is included with all Kodak scanners for the exception of the Kodak i5000 series production scanner line. SmartTouch is a simple yet powerful capture application that runs in the background of your PC and allows you to configure up to 20 preset scan jobs to automate routine scanning tasks. The number of preset jobs will depend on the model series that you own. Scanned documents can be routed to various destinations, which include email, Office 365 applications, cloud repositories, or other third-party applications. Preset scan jobs can be selected and initiated from the device's control panel or via the system tray on your PC desktop. SmartTouch software utilizes Kodak Perfect Page technology for optimal image quality and includes full-text OCR capabilities to create text-searchable documents as well as barcode recognition. The Kodak SmartTouch software can be downloaded from the product support page of your scanner from alarisworld.com. Once you reach alarisworld.com, select Support, and from there you're going to scroll down to the lower part of the page where it says Find Your Product. In the field below, this is where you'll enter your model number to download drivers and other applications, including the SmartTouch software, as instructed in this video. We're going to type in E1040, as that is the scanner model we are using for this demonstration today. Once you've reached the scanner support page for your model, you're just going to scroll down until you reach SmartTouch for the model series you're looking to download. From here, you're just going to select Request Software, and from here you're going to enter information, including the product serial number, which is required off your scanner to download the software. Then you will go ahead and complete the form that's included. This is mandatory, and the reason for this is because the software does come with an OCR engine, it is required as an additional license. Once you hit submit, the page will change to a message that says you should receive your software shortly. From here, you want to check your inbox. As you can see here, I've received an email from noreply@kodakalaris.com with a little thank you for requesting the SmartTouch software for download, and all you have to do is copy this link in the email and put that in your browser. Once you put that link in the browser and hit go, you will be presented with the download page. From here, you can download the software. By default, it will download to your downloads folder on your PC, unless you have other settings that instruct you to download it anywhere else. If you do have the option of downloading the software to a particular location, we do recommend putting it on your desktop if it's not in your downloads folder. Now that the download is complete, we're going to browse to the downloads folder or to whatever location you decided to download the file to. This particular demonstration, we are downloading to our downloads folder, and we're going to find our SmartTouch application executable file within that folder. Just double click on the file and it'll start executing the installation routine. The first thing you'll be asked is to select what language this installation is for. Choose your desired language. For this demonstration, we are selecting English, and hit OK. And you'll start seeing that the software is being extracted and installed on your PC. The window installer screen will come up, and then it'll ask you, welcome to the Install Shield Wizard for the Kodak E1000 SmartTouch software. Hit Next. You will need to accept the end user license agreement by clicking on I accept the terms and whether or not you want to send usage data. For this particular demonstration, I will send the usage data and select Next. And from here, you can put in a username as well as an organization. I'm just going to type in my name, Joe, and my organization is Kodak Alaris. Then select Next, and then it'll ask you for the install path. We do recommend that you leave it at the default path as it's the recommended location, but you can choose to install these files anywhere within your operating system. Select Next, and then click Install to begin the installation. Next, once the install shield is completed, it'll give you the option to launch Kodak SmartTouch. When you're done and ready, just hit Finish, and your application is installed. Now, just as a side note, when installing SmartTouch, you do want to make sure that the scanner drivers for your scanner are already installed, as those are required for the SmartTouch application to operate appropriately. Now that we have it installed and our drivers are installed as well, You can go ahead and turn on your scanner, or make sure your scanner is turned on, and that'll make sure that the SmartTouch software is communicating with your scanner directly. To access the SmartTouch software, you will need to go to the system tray on your desktop. As you see here, there is a small icon for Kodak SmartTouch. All you have to do is right-click on that, and from here you can execute one of the preset scan jobs that are available. The E1000 series scanner will only support up to 9 jobs, but if you do have another model like our S3000 series or S2000W series, that comes with 20 preset jobs, and those will be pre-configured for you. From here you can go ahead and configure your jobs. You'll see here, once you come to the main screen, you can select one of the preset jobs you have here, and you can modify these to best suit your needs. By default, you'll have 9 jobs starting from a color PDF or black and white PDF, and from here you can rename it anything you want. Also, you can execute any application you want as well. So if you want to send this file to an external application or an email or Google Drive or SharePoint, you can do that from here. We're just going to leave the color PDF here as default. You can also select the type of file that you are saving the document in. You can select a searchable PDF, which will apply the OCR engine to it and create those text searchable PDFs. You could save it as an image file like a TIFF or a JPEG or a bitmap, or a regular single page PDF searchable file, a Word document, or an Excel file. For here, we're just going to leave it as a PDF searchable file. And of course, there's also some settings here that you can also set up the OCR languages as well. Also, you can select the destination of that file once your documents are scanned. By default, it's going to output all your documents to the SmartTouch folder located within the Documents section of your Windows PC. You'll go to SmartTouch, E1000 series, and then your output destination folder. You can change the output destination to anywhere you want, but by default, this is where all your documents will go. You'll hit OK here, and then you can also choose the date, the file name format. You can use date and sequence number, date and timestamp. If you're using barcodes, it can give you a barcode with a sequence number or a barcode with a timestamp. All that is powered by the OCR engine included within SmartTouch. You can also add a file name prefix on here. You can have it say docs or anything you want. The other option too is you can choose to name the file prior to saving. So it'll give you a prompt the minute your scan jobs are done, and then it'll ask you for a file name. Some other useful features: it allows you to edit images prior to saving, which will open a preview window. It'll also give you the option to wait for more pages when the feeder is empty. This is a useful feature if you're scanning batches that are larger than the ADF capacity. The E1040 comes with an 80-page ADF, but if you needed to scan 100 pages, you can put in the first 80 pages, hit scan, and then it'll prompt you again to scan the remaining 20 pages. When you're done and the prompt comes up again, you can just complete the job. You can add keywords to the document file. You can also do job separation after a blank sheet. So if you wanted to scan multiple jobs, you could separate each one of those jobs with a blank page, or you could separate by barcode, which is useful in a lot of vertical applications. The other options you have here is your color profile or your scanning profile. What this scanning profile allows you to do is change certain settings within the perfect page and the driver settings. By default, there's 4 settings here. One is default, which you can modify as well. All of these can be modified. But by default, you have a black and white perfect page document if your documents are just plain text documents. If you're doing other color documents, you could just select the color perfect page document. From here, you can change any of these settings to your desire. If you look at the 3 buttons on the right-hand side here, there are 3 different choices in which you can change those settings. If we go to document, here you can decide whether or not your originals are two-sided, so it'll scan front and back. And by default, it's on, but you can turn that off. And then you also have the ability to combine multiple images into one. So let's say you have 4 individual documents and you want to turn those into one document with 4 smaller images, you can do that as well. In addition to that, you can select image from here, or you can exit out and select image from here as well. Here's where you could change whether or not it's a color document, black and white, or grayscale. You can do document type with text with graphics, text, or even photograph. Select your media type, whether it's plain paper or cardstock or glossy paper. And then you can adjust your resolution, and this will vary depending on the model that you're scanning. The E1040 does support up to 1200 dpi. By default, it's at 200. I will set this to 300 because most applications using OCR are best performed with 300 dpi. And then you can choose the type of compression you want in the driver as well as the quality. It could be good, better, or superior. Additionally, you can adjust the size. By default, it'll automatically detect and straighten, so if your paper does go in skewed, it'll automatically adjust the skewing there. There is also an image function which will allow you to adjust certain areas of the document or part of the document. You can decide whether or not you're removing borders, and if there's any automatic rotation. So when you're scanning documents, if you put them in upside down, it can automatically correct them to the right orientation, or you could do it manually if you're rotating your documents automatically to 90 degrees or 180 degrees or 270. So you do have some options here for the rotation. In most cases, I would recommend leaving on automatic because it will always give you a perfectly oriented page. You can also adjust brightness and contrast, your color balance, sharpening, foreground boldness, as well as background smoothing. You can also enhance your images. If you're scanning 3-hole punch paper, there's hole fill. That means when your documents are scanned, if there's a 3-hole punch, you won't have 3 little black dots on the side of your documents. Image edge fill, if there's a tear in your document, it'll automatically clean that up and give you a perfectly clean page. There's a streak filter, which will remove any streaks caused by any lines or dirt caused on the glass of the scanner. It will automatically digitally compensate that. You can also detect blank images, and you can do that based on the percentage of document content or size paper, as well as turning on barcode reading. The last tab we have here is Device. And Device allows you to adjust some settings within the scanner itself. From here you can adjust the power settings, how long it'll take before the feeder times out after scanning, and whether or not to start the counter or the sheet counter anytime. You can adjust the transport document length. So if you've got documents longer than 14 inches, it can flag that as an error. And you can also adjust your multi-feed settings as well as your length detection setting. So if you've got a document that's jammed and the scanner is spinning, after a certain amount of time, it'll actually automatically detect the jam. As well as your ultrasonic detection, which you can adjust your sensitivity from low, medium, high. By default here it's off, but you could set that to any setting you want here. Once you're done with your job settings and your scanning profile, you can go in here and change this to whatever you want. For this particular exercise, although I didn't change any of the settings and I'm leaving the default, I can call this a test job or test scan. Once I hit OK, you'll see that job is saved. I'll hit apply and then hit OK. Now, to see the jobs that you've configured, just go back to your system tray, click on the icon or right click on the icon, and you'll see that the test scan is there. From here, to scan documents into SmartTouch, you could do one of two things. One, you can execute the scan right from the control panel here on the screen, or you can go right to your scanner and select the job you want. On the E1000 series, it uses an LED, so you would just scroll with the mechanical keys on there. To scroll 1 through 9 on your jobs, you will need to know what they are. For devices that have a graphical UI, you'll actually see the name of the job on there, and you can select and choose it. Load your scanner up, put paper in, hit start or hit scan, and your jobs are automatically scanned into SmartTouch.